last name of the Oni of Ife. I gave you those two data. Do you know who the person is? So be careful. Title, of course, is also a PI, right? Then you must make sure that you contact your respective data councils to have representation from each business function. Set up a council, set up a group of people from the business, put them together to make sure that they are continuously measuring how you are doing, not violating your policies, your standards that you have put in place. People are complying with, your access control processes and all that. These are the things that you need to consider when you're taking data into the cloud. I'm going to stop there for now. I see some people coming up. Well, thank you very much. I hope you found this useful. It's not about coding, but I think it's something that is very important. And I think also it's a different slant to what you have been learning. So thank you very much. I'll be back like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Wow. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Yeah, so all right. Please give Mr. Adetokunbo a round of applause as he returns back to his seat. Guys, those are some really, really important conversations that we need to continue to have. Data strategy, data governance, beyond the technicals, right? And that's really essential. We all listened in well, and we were able to pick one or two things, right? Thank you so much. All right, so next item on our agenda is a sponsorship session. And Hada, what are we expecting?
Oh, we know them. We've been eating from them.
We've been eating from them, right?
So we have a sponsorship session Homemade by Eden.
Homemade by Eden. Please give them a round of applause as they come up stage. The Yoruba man in me will say, oh.
They rightly said, we are from Eden Life. And as you all know, you've been eating some of our lovely and yummy meals, jollof rice. I'm sure it's everyone's favorite. So we wanted to, come up here and tell you a little bit more about Eden Life. So at Eden Life, we believe that household chores are one thing that, as busy professionals, we should not worry about. So it's one less thing that you should worry about. So what we have done is we have taken that burden away from our wonderful professionals. So what do? We have our food branch, which is our production team, Homemade by Eden Life. So we also have our laundry service. We also have our cleaning service as well as marketplace. So at Eden Life, we provide you with, the best quality service because we believe that in Lagos, we should always have access to quality. So we have, for the food, we have Homemade. You can find us we have different outlets everywhere now. We are closer to you, closer than before. You can find us on Glovo. You can find us on Chowdeck. We also have physical outlets as well. We have an outlet in Oniru. We also have one in Sulere as well at Itire Road. We have one at Yaba. So on the laundry side, you can always subscribe to Eden Life Laundry Service. And we pick up your laundries, we have them dry cleaned, and then we deliver it to you at a very affordable price as well. Same with our cleaning service as well. We offer different types of cleaning. We have our deep cleaning, we have standard and regular cleaning, which starts from as low as 6,000 naira. So we also have post-construction cleaning as well, which these are like for your offices, for your new buildings, and the rest of that. So today one thing we have decided is that partnering with DatafestAfrica is important for us to give something back to the data community. So we decided we have a code you can use on our Eden Marketplace to get these lovely meals that you have come to enjoy at a discounted price. So you just simply use the code Datafestuppercase Datafest. Simply download the app, go to Play Store, download the Eden Live app. Then you can, just browse and look for your favorite homemade store. At checkout, then you just apply the code DatafestAfrica. Remember, it's uppercase. Yeah. So we also provide, for our food service as well. We provide events. We can have for your birthday, cater to your birthdays, to your weddings, and your party. Jennifer, I don't know if you want to tell us more about that.
Yes, thank you very much, Amaka. Like Amaka said, we have 3 active outlets right now: Oniru, Yaba, and also at Surulere. So feel free to use your discount code to get 500 Naira off your orders. We also cater to events such as this. You can see our stand outside. Most of you have been out to get meals from us, and we really appreciate the patronage. And also, if you have feedback to share, we also love to hear them too. We also cater to weddings, private events, buffet services. So you just reach out to us, let us know what you want, and then we'll work with your budget and ensure that your event has a very lovely food spot.
Yeah, so one thing else that I also forgot to mention is our lunch service as well. So we offer lunch services as well to busy professionals. We can deliver to your workplace. If you're an entrepreneur, we can also deliver lunch to your employees as well on a subscription base. So you can always reach out to us, via our website as well. You can chat us up, and you can also call 081 8285 5467, and would just set you up with whatever you need. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Please, another round of applause. Africa. Okay, DatafestAfrica. All right, amazing. Okay.
I didn't like that energy.
The energy is
because we have, another session coming up, and we need to be alert for it. DatafestAfrica.
Africa. All right. I'm sure we are all having fun, having a good time, right? And we'll move straight to our next speaker session. And this time around, it's another expert session, right? Our speaker is, is live via Zoom. All right, and he's going to be speaking on responsible AI, ensuring ethics in intelligence system. And we have Ridwan Oloyede, who is going to take us through that expert session. Now, guys, you know what expert sessions are, right? This is a time for you to listen in well. We're still going to have a game after the session where we're going to be asking questions, right? So you want to take notes, right? And who knows, you might be a lucky winner from the gift that we want to give. So without further ado, I'll turn it straight on to Zoom. So please turn to the multimedia screen while media dims the light. And then let's listen to Mr. Ridwan. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Good afternoon, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be able to join you a bit. how we have defined it in the traditional sense. But that's also because of the capability of this technology we're talking about. So we have that big responsibility to ensure as we build intelligent systems and smarter systems, and whether we're racing towards a GL, whether it's an illusion or whether it's deletion, whatever version of the story we take side, whatever side of the story we're running with, one key thing is always going to be our ability to build responsibly and ensuring how this technology are built, developed, but also deployed. We ingrain responsibility into them. So the key question then is, why are we having conversation about the need to build responsible AI systems? Of course, so much has been said in the last 2 days. The actual benefits you're seeing currently, but also the potential use cases and what this technology is capable of doing. But on the other side of the immense benefit that the technology also brings is also the whole conversation around the risk, the harms. And we're talking about actual risk right now, not even the one in the future, existential threat as people would like to put it. So the key question now is, as we are trying to build on this side of the world, now we're trying to deploy and use these technologies on this side of the world, how can we ensure that as we build, as we deploy, and throughout the entire value chain, we can ensure that we're building responsibly and we have a technology that not just benefits us, but more importantly, it's also helping us get more efficient and all of the benefits that AI technology comes with. So getting straight into the heart of the conversation, I've been able to introduce myself, and these are some of the things, this is what the whole conversation is going to look like. I'm also going to try and look at a bit into take a more African perspective and also being able to see what different African governments have been doing around trying to ensure that AI is built responsibly. And this is typically more around governance and also regulation. So just to give us a sense. So one thing I also need to say about my background is I'm actually a trained lawyer. I think I've been a lawyer over the last 10 years. But then I have really diverse experience working in with the industry as well. So I think it gives me a blended experience and helps me speak about these issues in the way I like to talk about it. So getting into it, essentially, trying to talk about ethical AI. If we think about what our idea about ethics is, and it's basically just being able to export whatever idea of ethics is for you into the use of the technology. So ethics is a sense of right and wrong. It's that moral compass that shapes decision-making about whether something is good or whether it's bad. But the interesting thing about ethics is also very relative, it's subjective. Sometimes it's hard to agree on the common idea of what a collective idea should be. So what this means is when you move from communities across ethnic groups, across different societies, our idea or shared values of what is right and what is wrong differs. However, when we export this conversation into the technology, and when we export it into technology conversation, you realize the access to it, even if we can still worry about the fact that there's still a whole big digital divide on this side of the world, is when people and more people get to access technology, the risks, the harms, sort of get decentralized. But it doesn't just get decentralized, it's also, again, how much of representation do you have? And this will also determine how much of the risk that will be automated and the scale in which this risk can be perpetuated. So being able to define ethics within AI is essentially being able to say, you know what, how we build technology, how we deploy technology, how we use technology, we're ensuring that whatever values or principles that we've defined or that we uphold to be our idea or our guiding compass, and what we agree to be our ethics, we're going to ensure they are ingrained into the entire value chain, into the entire life cycle. So that's essentially how you think. I mean, there are textbook technology for ethical AI, but I'm having conversation knowing fully well that the room is full with people who have really operational experience. So moving on from there is basically just trying to reiterate everything that I've said. And again, these principles, AI principles, literally every global technology company has some set of principles that they're able to put out. But beyond what the global technology companies are doing is also even mid-sized, smaller organizations, when they build their AI governance program, one of the first set of things they try to define is also what are principles to us. As a business, we've defined some set of principles. There are businesses who, for example, have global ethics office and who have also appointed specific people to handle their ethics that are typically embedded into their compliance team. So they already have a sense of what ethics is. They already have a sense of, they've already defined these principles. But then when it comes to the AI context, we also see how organizations have also defined ethics. But what we call principles for responsible AI, or whether you call it ethics principles in AI, it's not just been shaped by private institutions or nonprofits. We're also having global organizations like UNESCO, the OECD, for example, come up with some set of principles. And increasingly, some core tenets of some of these principles are being agreed upon. And you see them being exported into even government level initiatives, whether it's national level strategy, continental level strategy, like we've seen with the African Union, sector specific interventions that you see in some African countries, or whether it's just some sort of code or some standards that are also being developed by regulators in different markets. These principles are recurring. However, some of them sort of more reflect the context of the society in which we belong to, which again, the problem that we might confront us as Nigerians, as Africans, it's completely and sometimes maybe completely distinct with the kind of problems that we confront people from the developed country, for example. So it simply means your reality should also define what kind of principles you are. So what I've tried to do is to scale out some of these principles that you see recurring in some of these documents, and also how the different governments and different international agencies have also extolled. So some things you see, you're used to them, but just to bring some sort of context, especially for things that may be more interesting for those who are from this side of the world, is around things like how human dignity and autonomy is featuring increasingly in different different governments, African government level AI interventions. Then you see things like beneficence and non-maleficence, which is first, it's really beautiful. which is tangible and it's a lived experience that people have, is first, it can be on an individual level. So think about human rights, think about how there are a lot of cases of how AI, for example, have been able to skim people out because, of course, it's poorly trained, was deployed in the wrong context, and then people could not access social benefit that they typically will be able to. And for us as a society, for example, we are already marginalized. And if we do things like this without thinking about making a case for the responsible use of technology like this, we can create additional problems to sort of exacerbate the existing social problems that we have. So at an individual level, there are also safety issues that will come with it. I mean, when we talk about autonomous vehicle, for example, it could also bring individual harm. And there are like a lot of conversations around this. Then there could also be group. Again, the AI is as good as the data in which it's been trained upon. When you look at conversation around natural language processing for you, and how so many African languages have not been sort of documented enough to be built into some use cases of NLPs from this technology. You see how people again can be completely screamed out like they never existed. We can see erasure. We can see how people can, again, we can automate erasure in that sense. So there's also the discrimination that will come to a group of people, because they've been over time either excluded or profiled in a certain way, and then we perpetuate this. Then the other thing also is the scale in which we could also have society-related harm. So from democratic process being trumped up, there's a whole lot of conversation around fake deep, around misinformation, and how